So when I was 30, I started to look at social media and think, oh my God, something's wrong with me. Oh my God, everybody's getting married. Oh my God, everybody's having kids. I'm 30, I didn't make the goal. Oh my God, when my mom got married to my dad, she was 22, and then I'm behind. I'm behind. Because society tells us as women, honey, the goal in life is get married, start popping out them babies. And I wasn't there. And that made me feel like I gotta hurry up. So I was dating and dated any guy that picked me. Yeah, I got picked, let's date. And that actually led me to an abusive relationship. Because again, who I was following and scrolling and looking at in the morning made me feel bad about myself, okay? My teacher, so I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C., and yeah, I'm a bison. And one of my teachers, my major was TV production, and he said, listen, images are powerful. Images control the self-esteem of the masses, and that means you. So what are you looking at every day that subconsciously is telling you, you didn't make it, you're overweight, you don't have the right job, she has a Louis Vuitton bag, you don't. I'm serious, like we think, oh, I'm just looking at pictures, but for some reason that's the way God made us, the human body. Images are powerful, okay? So what was happening instead of, like I said, this is before I knew that you could design your life. So instead, I was trying to follow the herd because we're sheep. We're unconsciously, subconsciously, we're sheep. So I'm trying to follow you guys, I'm trying to get married, and I'm trying to blah, 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 and it wasn't working out for me. And I was being abused because of that. But then, got out of that relationship, and I started thinking about the images and what I was watching, and I actually started thinking about, wait a minute, I don't feel bad about being single. Thank God I don't have 5 kids. No knock on anybody who does, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying for me, no. I have a pit bull. I love my dog, okay? So what was happening was what is called solitude deprivation, and I'm actually going to read you this quote by Cal Newport. And actually, in the box, before you leave, don't forget, we're going to do our drawing. You'll win this book. It's called Digital Minimalism. And I want to read you his quote. I couldn't memorize it, sorry. So Cal Newport says, there is a thing called solitude deprivation. So what happens if you never give yourself any time alone with your own thoughts? It's just you and your thoughts alone. You're bored, you're looking at the world around you, but you're not looking at input that was created by another person. Research shows anxiety really jumps up when you start banishing time alone with your thoughts. It short circuits the brain. So what happens is you get anxious. I think in this culture we have this background hum of anxiety that we've just become used to. Like, yeah, you just kind of always feel anxious. But a lot of it is because we've short-circuited our brain. Because this brain, the brain God gave us, was not meant to be processing input from other people all day long, and that's what we're doing. You wake up and scroll. What does the world tell me to think today? That's not what our brain evolved for, so it's crossing some wires up in here. We're getting frazzled, a little anxious, and we don't realize it's probably self-imposed, okay? So let me ask you this. Raise your hand if you're a human. Okay, good. No sheep in here? No elephant? Okay. I just wanted to make sure because this survey was done on humans, okay? So you're not exempt from this. Just because you weren't in the survey doesn't mean this does not apply to you, okay? 20,000 people surveyed. Of that 20,000, 54%, that's over half, says that they feel like no one knows them well. They don't know them well. And then 56% reported sometimes or always feeling like people they were like surrounded with, they didn't necessarily like know them, they couldn't relate to them, they felt lonely. See, what happens is psychologists got curious about social media. Since it made the world smaller, does that mean we're connecting more? And, you know, we're not. We're just laughing at memes, liking pictures. But for me, what it did is it made me feel very alone.